I still wasn't doing anything. There was still like a lot of sitting about and just having fun and just talking and whatever goes along with all that kind of stuff. And anyway, eventually I got a nice picture and I was like, I'm gonna buy a camera. I went to look at the camera prices. Oh my God, my first camera body, which only had 5 million megapixels, which is like nothing. Yeah, it was the first digital body that I bought. It was a Nikon D2H, and it cost me £6,000 just for the body. Just for the body.
Wow.
Yeah, I started to go and borrow. I still had to drive to Southgate every day to borrow the lens because the lens was like another £700-800.
Yeah.
They're not, it weren't cheap. Well, look,
even
the
now.
equipment. Well,
Yeah,
do you know
now.
what? It's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier. And to be honest with you, today's cameras on the phone are just as good as what you've got today. Yeah, like
True.
you can get the quality.
You get the lighting and the quality and that.
Exactly.
You're good to go.
So, but yeah, so I bought my first camera, started getting all my equipment together, and then my friend gave me a tip because you used to get this diary service that we paid for, yeah, and it would tell you like birthdays that are going on, events, so there might be a gallery or there might be a party or a film premiere or something, and we would have a whole list of people that were going to be there. So that how you'd work out your evening where you were going on your day, right? But my friend's phoned me and he's like, look, there's a story going out about Kate Moss and Pete Doherty. And I was like, right, okay.
I remember that.
And he's like, I want you to go down to the house. So I was like, all right, cool. I was like, you know Michael Jackson's in town, don't you? And he was like, yeah, but I'm asking you to go do this. And I was like, yeah, but I badly want that for my library, do you know what I mean? And he's like, trust me, just go down to the house, just wait there. It's a big story. If you get it, it's big dough, do you know what I mean? And I'm like, right, okay. So I ended up going to the house, and when I got there, like literally the world's press were there. Like everyone was there. There's a big story about to break. Everyone's there, yeah? And they're all packing up to leave, right? It was about 7 o'clock in the evening, but they're all packing up to leave. And I've rolled up, they're like, who are you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm Elliot. And they're like, okay. Told them the agency I worked for.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we're all leaving. And I was like, okay. They were like, yeah, we've all made a pact that we're all gonna leave together.
Why though?
So no one gets the picture and it's all fair kind of thing, do you know what I mean? So I was like, all right, cool. So I went to get back in my car, phoned my pal. I'm like, oh, they're all leaving. He's like, fucking stay.
Yeah, that's what I would have said.
Right? So he's like, stay there. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, stay.
You didn't
I'm
come
like,
with them.
Okay. Right? So they're all leaving. They all said like, bye, see you later. I'm like, yeah, see you later. I just sat there, yeah? Couple of hours, like, got a bit boring to be honest with you, do you know what I mean? Phoned my pal up again. I said, listen, I'm going. And he was like, look, trust me, just stay there. Yeah, so I ended up staying there. And before that, before they all left, they were saying to me like, he's come in and gone out again. She's come, gone. He's come back. She's come back. He's gone out. They were just constantly like never together.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah?
them ones, yeah.
Yeah, never together. People have got pictures separately, but never together, right? So my mates just like, just sit there. Getting bored, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm parked up down the road. It's got dark. Yeah.
Hours.
It's like hours, man. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking at yesterday's pictures on my camera. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, man. All of a sudden, I could hear like giggling. Yeah. And I heard a door close because she had like this outer perimeter brick wall with a big door.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that led you into the front garden and the garden area, and then you into the house.
Yeah,
That had the
big
door
houses.
as well. Yeah. Big house, right? St John's Wood. Anyway, so I heard bang. I could hear giggling, yeah? And I'm like, oh, what's that? Open my window to listen. I'm like, and then I heard another door shut. And I'm like, oh my God, like someone's walking up the street. And I'm looking, and I'm like, oh my God, it's them. Yeah? Together. Yeah? With another guy as well, right? And they walked past my car, and they saw me laying down in the car. Yeah, I was laying across my front seat because I don't want to be seen, right?
Yeah.
And she's looked in the car. She's like, "Fucking wanker," whatever she said. Yeah, and I'm like, "Oh God!" And they walked up the street. Anyway, I jumped out. I run up the street, and I got a couple of pictures. And as I took the pictures, she jumped. She moved forward, away from Pete. Yeah. And blocked out that other guy, so it only looked like there was her and Pete now in the picture. Right?
Yeah.
So I've got these pictures, bang, 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 bang. They're like, fuck off. So they've gone, yeah? and they got in a car, they got in a black cab and they're gone, right? And I'm like looking at the pictures like, oh yeah, I got it. Oh my God, I got it. Sat there for about 20 minutes looking at it, admiring them, do you know what I mean? Oh my God, all excited. Phoned up my friend and I'm like, yeah, Dan. He's like, what? I said, I think I got it, you know? He's like, you better not be fucking about, bro. I said, listen, I swear, I think it's him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's like, what do you mean you think? Where are they? Where are they now? I'm like, bro, I said, they got in a black cab and left. He's like, follow them. I'm like, what do you mean follow them, bro? They left about 25 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. I said, what? He's like, you're a pack, bro, get in the car and follow them. I'm like, bro, they're gone. He's like, you idiot. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, man. Do you know what I mean? I've just started this thing, yeah? I'm like 3-4 months in, 5 months in, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's doing all
anyway, so I ended up, he's like, get back to my place. Ended up going back to his house and we're sitting there and we're looking at the picture on the screen. But at the time, you got to remember this is like 2003.
That's what I'm thinking, very early.
So basically, like, obviously there was internet.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, there was photos, there was all sorts in there, but they were like thumbnails.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah? So it was fine. If you looked at them like tiny, you could see, oh yeah, I could make out the face, oh yeah, that's whoever it is. But when you brought it in to actually look at it, it just got pixelated. It was just like loads of squares of like blurry squares. So you couldn't really work out what you were looking at. So we sat there for hours trying to look at my picture, which is on like a nice new camera, but compared to today's stuff, still pretty bad. But and this pixelated headshot of him trying to work out, is it him? Anyway, he's like, look, just go home. Yeah, and I'll call you in the morning. And I'm going home, got into bed, whatever, fell asleep. Next thing I know, I was still living at home. Next thing I know, my dad's kicked the door open.
Whoa.
And he's like, get up. I'm like, what? He's like, get up. And I was like, what? He's like, I'm not gonna say amounts, but like, he was like, get up now. And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, get on the phone to Dan. Got on the phone. It was in like all the newspapers the next day. Do you know what I mean? I was able to go out and buy a new car. I was able to go and put a deposit down on a flat. It was really cool. It was amazing.
How much it was? Like, quick question, yeah? You know, like, obviously, now we're living in social media.
Yeah, it's totally different.
Totally different.
I'll explain to you as well, like...
Yeah, I remember, like...
We caught the last end of the money part of it, where you know...
where you can take these pictures of these celebrities and then sell them to the newspapers.
You could sell it for thousands. If you had the right story to go with it, you could sell it for thousands. Yeah?
Shit.
The problem is, it all turned digital.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So eventually... The Mail Online came up, the Sun Online, the Guardian. They all had their online businesses, which at the beginning was good because it was like, oh, okay, they've got another outlet. And they're still doing the newspapers and they're still doing this and still doing that. But after a while, the newspapers started to drop off because people are starting to read it online now. They've got it on their phone and you know, this was like probably 2000, I say probably started to see it like 2008, 2009, the changeover. And you started to see the money sort of drop down because what they were paying, if they were paying £1,000 for a front page newspaper at one point, now they're paying you like 150 quid.
What?
It dropped a lot. And now, even now, I still know some guys that are out there doing it. You know? And they're just like they're staffers, so they're on a wage. They're working for people like Getty Images, who have like the hugest library of images. Do you know what I mean? So they can afford to send people out to go and. So my friend was telling me, he said it's awful out there.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
You see, you said Getty Image. Obviously, I see it like on Google, all of these places, and they get a lot of different celebrities and a lot of different people.